What it do, gang, gang, what it do? Hey, what it do, gang, gang, what it do? Hey, what it do, gang, gang, what it do? Hi, darling, guys. If you're new to my YouTube channel, you definitely at the right place. I go by the name of Tshiamo Ngwenya. Please make sure to kick button, smash that subscribe button. Guys, we're on a road to 100. I truly very much appreciate your support. Listen, welcome. It's nice, it's usual, it's different the way Thick Leons would say it. Okay, so guys, as you have seen by the title of this video, guys, I know I need to put a light disclaimer. As per norm, my neighbors are around, unfortunately. And then another thing that you need to know is that, guys, I'm not in my field, so I am sort of not going to deliver, or I might actually postpone the video that I had promised. Remember, I was supposed to give you a plan B on my threesome, but unfortunately I'll have to postpone that and actually give you a live update on what has been happening. To those who have been keeping tab, you'd realize that I went a bit off on YouTube, and I did post slightly on social media. And on my WhatsApp I sort of did like a mini rant where literally I was in the fields, guys. I was going through it again, and I'm gonna detail on it. And one thing that y'all have to know, like, guys, men are trash. Men are trash, guys. Men are trash, guys. Yo, Morocco-ville, like, guys, yo, like, Nahana, and in time, look at me. I'm not even doing the whole point. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is that it's more of a let's get together. You might need to buckle up, get some snacks, get some refreshments, you know, as this video might be pretty long because I'm gonna rant a lot. Like, literally, best believe when I tell you that I'm gonna rant, because I am so pissed and I have a lot to say. I'm so pissed, guys. Like, today I woke up with a very heavy heart, guys. You won't believe. I woke up with a very heavy heart. Shh. Bastard child started again. So today I'm gonna try a different look, right? So guys, what has been happening in my life? Yo, guys, I've been through it. Like, I have been through it, and I've been in a position where literally I just felt like I wanted to die. Like, and it's so weird, né? For such things have to occur or happen where you least expect. But when I sort of like give myself a sit down and sort of observe or look back at the situation, I also get to realize my role and how I get to also like take myself for a clown, basically, you know. And in all honesty, there's no one to be blamed here apart from myself. You know, it's like I shot myself in the foot, and part of it also goes with the fact that I need to pay the price, right? Guys, yo, it's getting, let me stop rambling too much because I'm trying to gather the emotions, and I'm like, you know what? I told myself that I'm going to take on the brave side of me and stand in front of this camera and confide in you guys, because I know that there are people who genuinely love me and care for me, which I truly appreciate. I'd like to give a special mention to Crystal Guns and JB. I don't know you, but I love you. Like, I don't know, and I love you. Reason being, guys, y'all get to give me the best support by that. Y'all get to react to my videos, like, y'all get to like, and y'all get to comment. I truly appreciate the interaction, along with the people that also do that. But now I was going through my old videos and I'm realizing that, oh yeah, you know, people have, these are people that had me from like day one, including those that I didn't mention. Guys, I truly appreciate the support. And yeah, let me not digress, right? So what had happened was that I found myself in a situation, guys. I'm going in with the color, okay, there are no names to this, but I'll take it. This is a palette from Signature, Miss Signature. It's Eye Obsession palette. As you can see it here, they're getting a free mention from me. Oh yes, I love these palette because of the pigmentation of it. It's very great, guys. I'm in love. And yeah, so back to the story, right? So guys, what had happened was that I became good friends with this specific gent. Guys, please do not be surprised. I did my eyebrows off camera just to try and save time, and most probably I'm going to try and fast forward certain parts. I don't want this video to be super long to a point where literally y'all get to be bored, because I feel that sometimes, as much as I can be a person who entertains, some of the people I know are, well, I'm very much aware that some of the people do not really get to appreciate or enjoy the whole life update about how sad my life can get, you know. But I find it to be very necessary for anyone who's looking, so that they get to understand that they're not going through it alone. Okay, so back to the story. So I was good friends with this specific gent, right? And during the time of me knowing this gent, we had it good, guys. I don't want to lie. It was good vibes, good energy, you know. We still have it good, but now I'm gonna tell you what changed, right? So this guy is not gay. You know me with either DL guys or straight guys. If you really want to find out why those are my preference, please make sure to check out my other videos, right? So with this specific individual, so I'm like, okay, cool, I don't have a problem, you know. This guy tells me that, listen, I have a girlfriend. This is the same guy that got to be my friend for the longest time. It's like, to me, I have a girlfriend or girlfriends, you know, which obviously others I got to. I know it's a bit weird that he actually got to introduce me to these girls, but yeah, others I got to know during the whole course of our arrangement. I'm gonna call it a situationship. Cool. So guys, so now between me and him, the agreement had to be that we kicking it, but on the DL, right? Like, we kicking it, and then we strictly friends in public, but in private I'm more than welcome to even call him babe. Clownery of it all, guys. Yo yo guys, if there's ever a role, go take a look, guys. I look so funny, but you'll get it. I know. You know what, I'm very big on eyeshadows, and personally I also feel that an eyeshadow without lashes, like, guys, I legit feel naked. I don't know how other people do it. Maybe it's because of they're naturally gifted with their lashes, but I battle so much, so I'll never survive like that. But yeah, moving on. So this specific gent, right, guys, he would be a person who introduces these girls, and it brings these girls, I'd meet them. Obviously the introduction is still on the grounds of friendship. I didn't have a problem with that. And then on top of that, it was a case of it was a case of me meeting these people. Some of them would even gel with me so nice to a point where they'd give me random visits, which obviously to a certain extent I sort of regret that, because you know what, people will get the wrong message thinking Korea they are friends just because of you polite. You know, not to say I'm a bitch about that, but sometimes I appreciate a person to love people from like a reasonable distance, because obviously you can't meet me and expect for us to be friends. No, I'm not your friend, but I'm friendly. I'm not your friend, and also I do not expect you to disrespect me, because if you want me to be a bitch, we can go there. I can go there with you. Not physical, of course, because if you dare lay that dirty hand on me, I'll call the police on you. Oh, look at me sounding rich. You so baweli. Guys, I'm not going to chapa kalbotlolo. Kelo kwala hampi. Mara kelo kwala living focused. So guys, that happened, right? So the gent, I would meet these different girls, and then what would happen was that now, guys, as the more time I spend with this specific gent, is the more I get to realize, God, oh crap, my biggest fear is happening. I'm catching feelings. Guys, I was okay with this guy having to sleep with other people. Well, given that he said he was kicking on the side of boys, he was only kicking it with me, I didn't mind this guy having to sleep with girls on the side, given that these girls were actually, like, I can't say underage, but they were in his age league, right? And some a bit younger. I didn't have a problem, but the condition was that, can he please, like, condomize? Guys. Yo, guys, no, can I take it? Can I, like, when I replayed in my mind, I'm like, guys, sometimes Ramoleka Mudu, you know, sometimes we try God and then we wanna come back and cry. Yo! Okay guys, moving on. So now me being me, I'm like, okay, okay. Then the guy agrees, obviously, to, because this, remember, what we have is a situationship and it comes with a contract. The gent is like, oh no, I'm game, let's kick it, you know. That term works for me. I'm like, oh, perfect then, so be it. And then, okay, we kicking it. One time he's like, he was a person that would give me like updates. Okay guys, as much as I gave this guy permission to be like, okay, my guy, like, it's fine, how busy, I understand that, like, I was cool about that. However, I never was a person that wanted to hear updates about, okay, today I was with this hun and then we did this, we did that, because now I was starting to realize that I'm catching feelings, because this guy is the same guy that would sleep over, you know, would kiss, would have fun, you know, it make me feel like I belong, you know. As we been saying, oh, that guys, go home, go shushu, go tragic. You understand that? Like, no man, I do not need a heater. Heater for who? Winter for who? Hello. Ngabe ba re ke a preka. Ngabe ha le ke prekile. Ngabe no ke etsa recording lena. Ngine pele bambu guys. Ngoba mina ngiyathanda ukunqela amane pause. So guys, hey, brothers tells me about the other hands. But you can see, Horan man, I'm not budging the whole topic of him having to discuss the other hands, right? Guys, I went in with this color. It's a lighter shade of brown. So yeah. So now, what man? Like you, well, I would expect it if you had to be a person with a mind. You know, sometimes I ask myself if boys have brains or men have brains. It's pretty odd, I know, that I keep on saying men are trash and men have brains, where else I'm also a boy. But obviously it's different. I'm referring to your DL guys, your masculine guys. Those are the ones that I'm normally referring to. My kind, no. I'm not referring to you, family. So yes guys, back to my point, all right. Okay, I'm kicking it with these hands. Okay, I agree to your terms, it's fine, it's perfect. I'm like, okay, let's rock. Yeah, this guy now decide that, okay, I'm now going in with, okay, I didn't prime my face. Alternatively, if you do not have like a primer, this is for normally people with dry skin, right? If you don't have a primer, make sure you get a good moisturizer, or before you do your face bit or apply your foundation, you can just quickly do your face, wet your face with the setting spray also, but just make sure that you have like good moisturizer on your face, right? So guys, back to the guy, okay? And then the agreement, okay, me and this guy came to an agreement, and then I'm meeting these hands. I'm like, okay, and then now he's a person that wants to give me an update, the hands, how? I don't know what happened. So my friend came over, right, to visit me, and then this gent also came over, and during that same day he had asked to sleep over. I was like, oh, okay, cool, you can pull up. I don't have a problem with that, you sleeping over. I actually enjoy it because you give nice cuddles. We're no longer like, we had just like had sex on hold, right? And I'll tell you why. But it wasn't because of that. I hadn't known as yet. Okay, so brothers on the day, like, he decided to be a person that confides to my friend that, hey, because I remember jokingly one time I was like, yo, when I'm worried, because you know he's an artist. Guys, guys, artists, designers, people that have a creative gene, I accept them now. Guys, look out for them, they'll rock you. Guys, they'll rock you. You'll be at a war zone with yourself. Wait about our head. So nigga now comes. Okay, first encounter, he told me, Tshiamo, I have something to tell you. I'm like, what? It's like, I slept with this girl and I didn't condomize. Ish, it hurt me, but I'm like, then he apologized sincerely. So he apologized and I was like, babe, it was a mistake. I'm so sorry. And me being the clown, an entire takalani sesame. I don't know where was my son lamb that time, but yeah, an entire takalani sesame. I'm like, okay, no, I forgive you. You know, men are men, men are trash, men are all these hashtags that they should not be, so it's fine. Probably it was just an innocent mistake. You know, sometimes guys tend to get that quick boner and you're not there to bone them because some of us have to hustle. But anyways, you can't expect a man to understand such, especially if they're not that fully invested in you. Because now I was being told also, you know what, Tshiamo, in life, try not to love a person. But here's the thing, the person that told me, I forgot to ask them this. When you tell me that, avoid having to involve your feelings fully or invest in someone fully. Like, I don't know, I just don't have control in that, especially if we started off like on a good slate and you got to be a person that actually treated me good. I don't understand how is it that I can take control over that. Like, I'm one person and I know myself to a point where I feel that, especially with things pertaining to relationships, we'd rather not give it a label. At least in that sense, I'll be able to be a person to mend my heart if necessary. It's a motivational speaker. That's those are the symptoms of what a relationship is. Look how much motivational speaker. Yo, in a life coach. In a mojolo on to a talk slam. Actually, in this situation, I can't even call it mojolo. What am I saying? So yeah, guys. Banroka, guys. Which guy feel? Okay, cool. So this guy now tells my friend, it's like same night, right? The night which he asked me to sleep over. He tells my friend that yo, Tshiamo, you're right about sugar mamas. Yo, you don't believe I got myself a sugar mama one time when I did this gig. And I'm like to him, oh really? He's like, yeah. And now I'm doing a playback in my mind. I'm like, no man, once upon a time I saw this gent, because it's talking about this specific car. I'll mention the car because I'll make the story so obvious to people that live around here. So he mentions this car, right? And I'm like, car. He's like, yeah, this person drives this specific car and model. I'm like, okay, but wait, one time when I saw you coming out of that car, you told me that it's your aunt. So now I bring that up. I'm like, remember, but you told me this. It's like, no, I was trying not to hurt you, but now I'm telling you because you said I should try to be like brutally honest with you guys. As much as it's like ready. Okay, because you wanted me to be brutally honest, so I chose to be brutally honest with you. I'm like, okay, my guy, it's fine. Oh, yeah. So this is the situation beforehand, right? This lady approached me and he gave in a proposal, and one thing led to another, and I slept with him. I'm like, you slept with him? So at the back of my mind, I'm like, but it wasn't only once where I saw you being dropped off by this lady. Didn't I go down on the guy? I'm like, once, twice, thrice, or thrice. Guys, scream out, hurry. Guys, scream out, hurry. Oh my god, like, oh my god, guys. Then I asked him, because literally now, like, I'm at panic mode. I'm like, guy, oh, you take me for a pussy, you. I'm like, like,
I only had one request in this whole situation that we had. Please condomize.
Because Nanwena.
Because Nanwena is
Reprise standing. And then I ba tlukula ka re na ke dutse still nna ke rile devotion ke tenya di sitse ke dikentse stable ko relationship e ke sa tsebeng gore direction e ya kae. Yeah. How? Okay. I don't know. Like I was hurt, guys. Like I was so hurt. I won't lie. Hey, Kirko brothers. Hey, okay. Cool, abo. And then my mood changes because that time I was very excited to see him. I even gave him like a kiss, like long time. After that, guys, you know, normally I sleep with my long t-shirt and then I don't wear anything else just for comfort. You see, Mjolo always a schwa bundles didn't break. There was an air break. Okay, we come back. So yeah, guys, so no, I sleep with t-shirt only for comfortability. Yes. So yeah, guys, I'm blending foundations because I did mention on this other video of mine that I took a wrong color, so now I just need to try and compromise, you know. I took a wrong color, and yeah, so now I'm blending caramel from, okay, this is caramel, right? No, it's just perfect finish foundation. Oh my god, but anyways, it's fine. We're gonna make it happen with the blendings. This is caramel from Wet n Wild, which I'm also using. And yeah, guys, yo, so now like my mood has changed, guys. I start feeling bad, guys. I'm like, okay, so now I feel bad. Okay, and that time, the next day I was going to work, guys. You can imagine. Like, I kept on turning on bed. I'm like, guys, why would this guy do this to me? And then I remembered, no, man, Tshiamo, you're actually going against the whole contract plan. Like, why are you catching feelings? Like, why are you catching feelings? You know, that also was not part of the agreement. You're catching feelings. You're falling in love. Why do that to yourself? You know? So, all this time, I decide to sleep naked. You know, I get when they sleep naked, or they want to play tricks in bed. I didn't budge, guys. I slept in pajama gown. That's how mad I was. Like, it was a housewife kind of situation. Boma ele mama marona batima papa rona kare andizi. I don't budge. I don't yagas. Don't touch me. Don't touch me, you cheater. Kar net for gore o bile cheater. Ke tla ba lion. Ke tla ba tiger. Kalala. Yo guys, so yeah, that happened. Yo guys, okay, so I felt bad. The next day I couldn't wait for him to leave. When he eventually left, I had to prep for work, got to work. So now I'm sitting down, I'm going to the dropout. I'm like, hey guys, so this guy's telling me this guy's been sleeping with all these people, and that time he's also sleeping with me without protection. And now I was starting to sense that something was happening to my body, guys. I'm like, okay, how about I go check? Like I was at my paranoia level, because now if like it's not a case of trust, né? But now if you are a person that bluntly disrespect me like that, I need to make sure that I check myself out. Currently I'm on prep, but there is no permission for me to hoe around kanama. I'm on prep. No, you still need to condomize, but we're grateful for things like prep. So guys, didn't I, before going to work, went and got tested? They told me, okay, you're negative. And I'm like, guys, properly checking like for any STIs. Even now I'm still waiting for my results. I'm like properly checking for any STIs, because I got to I saw this like small nyana barking so around my anus. I'm like like, have you ever seen something that you're not used to and you're like, who's this young man and what are you doing in this palace? I was in that situation, guys. I'm like guys, so I'm like, guys, what's happening? Which one is this one? Okay, sharp, guys. And then I decided to get tested. Even now I'm still waiting for my result, as I've said, and I've not been having any sex, right? Because I'm still waiting for my results. I need to know where I stand, and yeah. So now I'm processing all of this thing. I'm thinking the possibility of me being sick, you know, this guy's been doing this with all these hands, whom some of them I've met or I've saw. I'm like, oh guys, this person, yeah, is not in your league, but still, oh brothers decided to jump in. You're like, ooh, it's Titanic ship, you know, guys, boys are sometimes very disrespectful. But yeah, again, he didn't owe me any loyalty. So me being me now, guys, it's stress. I'm at work, I'm sitting on that table, I start crying. Like, I'm talking to my friend, and the more I talk to my friend, I realize, good man, shit, I actually love this guy, man. I like understand, guys. I'm also going in with a different palette, but this one I don't think that it has quite the pigmentation, but I'm just trying my luck to see. So guys, okay, cool, wabo. Hey man, I become very emotional at home. Like, I become very emotional, guys. I become very emotionally, you know, that thing of God, why me, you know? And then you get to be like, God, why me? But then at the same time, you need to remember, if not you, then who? So I sobbed, I cried. I'm like, yo, friend, please, before I take over my ship, can I go have a good cry, go toilet at the loo? I go to the loo, I break down, guys. Then obviously I had, you can imagine how hard my shift was, because I couldn't help but thinking about the guy. So now this guy is trying to talk to me. I tell the guy, I'm like, hey, this is the situation. It's like, ish. The thing is, I also felt the same, but unfortunately I'd like to be upfront with you, Tshiamo. I don't think I'm ready. Yeah. You don't think you're ready? Like, Moshimana, I'll hat, I'll petrol, I'll marinate, I'll but I'm like, guys, I'm still young for stress. This is our parental issues. Like, I'm still young for such, guys. Like, sometimes, okay, usobawele ukuthi imhliziyo yakho ibe iescom yazi ebane na main switch uthi makuthi uyaqhakeka, or uthi maybe awuqoni kahle uvela uthi chi buyicishe mawufila ukuthi already on, then ungayilayita futhi. Yeah guys, kodwa I understand yo nele mugonyana omungwe. So yeah guys, so that happens, right? I'm just like, okay, cool. I talked to the guy. The guy's like, yeah, Tshiamo, I'm really however, I'm sorry, but can we kick it? Like, he still wants, you know what's weird with these men, like, they do things to you now, and then they're gonna pretend like nothing is wrong. Like, they want to keep it going as if like nothing happened. Period. They want to do that, guys. Could only wanted to compromise our two, guys. I'm using hair bonding glue. Hey guys, one time I was wrestling my lashes, right? And during me having to do that, I realized, oh no man, these lashes are not sticking on. Yo, lash glue expired. So now, for compromise sake, I'm using a bonding glue. This glue grips better than any of my relationships. Like, it's very tight on the lashes. It'll grip. If you're not careful, it goes out with your lashes. That's how tight it is. And then also my setting powder. Also using this Johnson baby powder to do the settings, guys. This might ruin my outfit, but yeah, it is what it is. So I'm gonna go in with this. Where's the mirror? I need the mirror. Mirror on the wall. So guys, I start crying. As I'm crying there at work, one time went out with my friend, right, at Groove, and then we bumped into the specific gent. Guys, this gent is a story time on his own, guys. Hey! So now this guy is hot, guys. I don't know why does it have to be the cute guys, but guys, you all will understand as the story proceed. This guy's good looking, guys. Like, no pimple, yellow bone vibes. See, hey, body color. So now I'm on a call with this guy. I realized that, okay, chances are this guy lacks personality, because on calls it just gives, like, we just do those mini 2 minutes, 5 minutes calls, and I'm just like, oh, bro, I'm so bored as it is, you know, because now I like to chat. I like to ask, how's your day? I'd like to know, what are your plans for the future? I like to know, what are you currently doing? Like, start a conversation, man. Let's talk something constructive, you know. Okay, then I realized, I'm like, ah, fuck, this guy, like, he doesn't give me what I'm expecting, you know, to be given. I'm just like starting to be bored. And then one time, luckily, I get to like top up minutes, right? And then we start chatting. No, he's not on WhatsApp, he's only on Facebook. I call him, we talk on the call. He tells me, listen, I just want to be honest with you, I have 2 kids. I'm like,